I got sent the script and a little bit of a bio about who was involved in it and everything. I'd just seen Metro Manila, which is a film that Sean Ellis wrote and directed, and I'd literally just seen it 3 weeks before or something, and I thought it was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. So my wife was with me and I said, I've just been sent a script by the guy who did Metro Manila, and she was like, wow, could we watch it together? I just knew instantly I wanted to do it regardless of what it was about. Also, Cillian Murphy was already attached, so I'm a huge fan of Cillian's anyway. Very early on, when I agreed to do the film, gave Cillian and I a book literally called Operation Anthropoid that was like blow-by-blow account of every detail of the mission and background of both Jan and Yosef's characters, and that was sort of like our Bible. I was sort of terrified about the idea of that, of doing a Czech accent, because it's not Russian, which is stronger and you can hang your hat on it a bit more. It's a bit more of a definitive thing. Czech's quite subtle, really. To the actual spot where my character had his last breath, and it had a massive effect on me. I literally went from seeing the real church on like a Tuesday and then seeing the set on like a Thursday, and it was mind-blowing. They were literally identical. Honestly, I've never, and I feel like I maybe never will see a set like it. It was driven by Sean, but also Morgan Kennedy, who's our production designer. The attention to detail of replicating that church was like nothing I've ever seen. It was exact to scale model of the church. Honestly, the most impressive set I've ever seen in my life. His commitment to this story, to these guys, to this piece of history, to these two heroes was phenomenal. He'd been doing all this sort of training leading up to it for months, in terms of like a lot of the stuff was handheld, like on the shoulder. So he'd been doing all this very specific exercise. Sean had been writing this and had been in his head for 12 years before it came into actually making the movie. So he had a lot of time to think about how he wanted this movie to look. He was just so prepared physically and mentally to take on this project. I've never in my career had a director who's gone so far in terms of setting up visually how he wants the sort of major scenes to play out. So we're under siege in this church and these Nazis come in, and I stood up and I like fired off the gun. It was very light, the trigger, lighter than it had been at any time, like just for this take. And the gun just went off so fast, and I was like, almost like screaming, and like the adrenaline was so sort of huge with me. I had such a will to do it that I almost sort of scared myself.
Well, I think for this film to succeed, the relationship between Josef and Jan had to be, you had to feel it, and it had to be real. And unfortunately, Jamie Dornan is a cock, so that was tricky. But no, Jen.
Cillian, who was Cillian? Which one was Cillian? Oh yes, Cillian. He's the older one. Yeah, no, he was great. I think I don't remember a lot about him.
Jamie is not just like the most beautiful man on earth. He's also very, very, very funny, and he's got no ego, which is so rare and precious. And to work with somebody like that on set is just perfect. You cannot ask for better. I remember the first big scene we had to do in the living room together, when we're talking about the mission. We just did it, and it was easy, and he's not making anybody wait. He's just super present, and you feel that he's happy to be on set. He's really in his element, I think.
Everyone just relax. Maybe it was a mistake not to inform you of the danger.
And I remember after doing the scene over and over again, he just went like, oh, well, that was fun. And I thought it was so cute and adorable. but he's married and he's got 2 kids.
I just feel very proud that we've made what I think is a great movie. I feel proud for Sean. And I feel proud to, you know, have told a very important story in world history, not just like Czechoslovakia.